Hey guys, Jamie Lee here with Progressive Programming talking about 21.2, which is in other words, 17.1, with some little differences. So what I want to do today is talk a little bit about some strategy, maybe how we want to attack this workout, and maybe how it was a little bit different when we first saw it in 17.1. Along with that, after that, we're going to talk a little about our programming for the rest of this weekend and some slight adjustments that we may want to make depending on what day we're doing the workout for the open this weekend. So starting out, dumbbell snatch. Basically, it's the same principles that we saw in 17.1. We're going to take the dumbbell from the ground. Both heads of the dumbbell must touch. Free non-working arm can't touch or assist in any way. But once we get that weight overhead, that's where the rep counts, and then we can transition to the other side however, okay? We can bring it down to the shoulder, switch it out, or switch it out at the bottom. Personally, I like to think about a touch and go so I can think about bracing and getting organized. So once I get that weight overhead, if I bring it back down, I'm setting and hinging over for a tap versus setting it down and then having to add a lot of extra time under tension in this hinged position. It is gonna be, the volume will end up catching up to our posterior chain. So the more efficient we can be with our pattern, how much time we spend down there, the better. So think about taking it out overhead, bringing it down, tap, and go. Pick a focal point so you can keep your eyes straight ahead, maintain a nice upright torso, and do your best to avoid the dreaded muscle snatch with a rounded back. 150 reps, it will catch up to you, okay? Now, as far as the standards, I'm gonna talk about a little bit of a difference that we saw from 17.1 is the dumbbell ends at the top. In 17.1, we couldn't change hands until the dumbbell passed the eyes. So something to think about. If you did do this back then, you might find yourself going a little bit faster just with that standard alone. Now, talking about the Burpee Box Jump. Now, I don't have my tape lined up, but just make sure you consult your standards and make sure you get that set up because we have a tape line going straight through the middle of the box. The rep count starts once we touch the ground, chest, and thighs. Left hand, left foot will be on the outside of that line. Right hand, right foot will be on the outside of the other line. From there, we can step or hop to our feet, then up and over. Now the difference between this standard versus the one we saw in 17.1 is that was when they first tried out the 2-foot takeoff. So you had to jump out of the burpee versus going to a step out of the burpee. We still want to maintain that 2-foot takeoff to land onto the box, but the one thing that I like about this pattern, depending on where our capacity is at, if we're looking to crush this workout and try to beat Justin Medeiros' 10-minute time frame, you're gonna wanna think about being very dynamic, very quick off the ground and over that box. But if we find ourselves maybe went out a little too fast for the first round of 10, just because it's really easy to find yourself going too fast in that first couple rounds. So we wanna think about how can we control our heart rate a little bit easier. So instead of having that jump to a jump, which is gonna find ourselves spiking our heart rate a little faster, we can think about that step and pacing it out a little bit slower. Make sure you alternate your steps so you don't find yourself stepping up just one side. And the other thing is get yourself close to the box so it's an easy hop up and over. Now keep in mind, we don't have to stand up, so while you are warming up, spend some time in this bottom position, right? So if we find ourselves jumping and catching ourselves way up high, it's a lot of energy to get ourselves up there and it's a lot of energy to get ourselves over. Versus think about bounding out of the bottom like you would in a squat clean. So I catch it, little bounce and roll over, okay? You can step down also, it's another option. But having the opportunity to step up versus having to jump up is gonna make it a little bit easier for you as far as having to slow down a little bit without actually stopping, okay? So on top of that, I want to talk a little bit about the program that we're going to see different for this next couple days after this. So Friday, we have Burpee Box Jump overs already programmed. So what we want to do is ideally, if you're doing the workout on Saturday, you should be taking a rest day Friday, okay? If you are doing the workout on Friday, you probably took a rest day today or hit our monostructural work that we had planned for Progressive Programming's daily workout. If you are planning on doing the workout on Sunday or Monday, and you are doing the class workout tomorrow, maybe sub out those burpee box jump overs with some wall balls, okay? That's on for Friday. Now, Saturday, we've got an alternating kettlebell swing, which is very similar to the type of pattern that we're gonna see with our dumbbell snatch. So make sure that we are pacing that out a little bit, maybe modify, or even just plan on taking that as an actual rest day, okay? Going into Sunday, we've got a Turkish get up. So we've got some more single arm overhead work. After 150 snatches, I would recommend grab a sandbag. Let's do some sandbag get ups for that particular complex. Then on Monday, now we're going through this whole weekend, basing around what we're doing for 21.2, the burpee over bar. Okay, we've got another burpee over bar, but it's a very short component of that workout. That's a 3-part workout. We've got a 4-minute, it's an ascending time frame with more time to complete the reps. So you may see the burpees once or twice, and it's just a handful. So I would suggest have fun this weekend. Give yourself a good rest day before you go into the open workout, and then post-workout, just remember, listen to your body and move well. Have fun, guys, and good luck.